Yang Kai, what do you want? The blood feud between the human race and the Ink clan is as deep as the sea. The enmity is nothing but a cycle of, you kill me, I kill you. After all these years, how many human race members have died under the hands of the Ink clan's masters? I've only killed a pseudo-royal lord, so there's no need to make such a fuss, right? Just one. There were a total of 8 pseudo-royal lords who died under your hands in the E5 territory. Are you stopping here just to make some sarcastic remarks? Get straight to the point. The Ink clan is now under your control. MOU's reign has been overthrown by you. MOU, you're an old royal lord. Even if Nayi becomes a royal lord, he's still a junior. Lake Manga 70. How can you let a junior ride on your head and act arrogantly? That's not right, you make me sick. Haha. Yang Kai, let's not say such provocative words anymore. Okem Na 70. The Ink clan is not as treacherous as you human race. Since you're the one in charge, so be it. We're old acquaintances, fully aware of each other. Neither of us has mistreated the other. So I'll get straight to the point. Today, I came here for a business with the Ink clan. Business? Don't tell me he's thinking of extortion again. I hope the Ink clan will be reasonable about me taking something from the no-return pass. Like Manga Joe, what is it? Ink nest, what do you want to do with the Ink nest? The Ink nest is the foundation of the Ink clan. What purpose does it serve for the human race? You've misunderstood. I have no interest in the Ink nest itself. What I seek lies beneath the Ink nest. Your appetite is quite big. What lied beneath the Ink nest is undoubtedly the mountain pass. When the human race's expeditionary forces were defeated outside the heavenly beginning Great Restriction, they had no choice but to withdraw from it. Some of the mountain passes were cut off, resulting in heavy casualties. Even the mountain passes themselves suffered heavy losses. Right now, only about half of these mountain passes remain, and most of them are tattered. These mountain passes are the legacy of the ancient masters of the human race. Each one of them is an artifact that combines offense and defense. The ink-repelling pavilion was indeed constructed based on the design of these mountain passes. But compared to them, the ink-repelling pavilion's size couldn't compare to any of these mountain passes. In front of a true mountain pass, it's like the difference between a grandson and a grandfather. So, what do you think? It doesn't matter if these mountain passes are given to Yang Kai, but since we are enemies, how can I easily agree to his request? Ah, you think one mountain pass. I'll only take one. I can let you move the ink nest away. It's up to you to agree, but if you don't agree, 1,000 years. For the next 1,000 years, Yang Kai, you are not allowed to set foot in the no-return pass. Are you still asleep or something? 10 years. I won't come to the no-return pass within the next 10 years. 900 years. I think you have some misunderstandings about the current situation. I don't necessarily have to take that thing away, but I can come to the no-return pass anytime. Offering you 10 years is my utmost sincerity, so don't push your luck. Yang Kai, there is a saying among the human race, if you often walk by the river, your shoes will get wet. It's not like you can't be killed. What's more, if we take precautions in the future, how many opportunities will you have? It's really not easy to deceive him. 30 years. I won't return to the no-return pass for the next 30 years. This is my final bottom line. If the Ink clan doesn't agree, then there is no need to discuss further. Think carefully before you speak. If you utter a single objection, I'll turn around and leave. Then this matter is settled. You will take a mountain pass and not come to the no-return pass for 30 years. I hope you can keep your promise. Don't worry. We've dealt with each other many times. When have I ever broken a promise? There are a total of 49 mountain passes left here. Which one do you want to take? I'll take this, Pure Yang. This should be Pure Yang Pass. I'll say it only once. Remove your ink nest. Move it. I'd like to see the Royal Lord Ink Nest and 3 Territory Lord Ink Nest being removed smoothly. Yes. If you don't act now, it will be too late. I don't know what you're talking about. I miscalculated. I thought Yang Kai would use his small universe to collect pure Yang Pass. Who would have thought he still had such a method? If I can even refine a universe world into a world bead, what does it matter to collect a single pure Yang Pass? How about I take another mountain pass and not come to no return pass for 60 years? The matter here is settled. Why are you still lingering? Not falling for it? I was just saying anyway. Even if the Ink clan really agreed, there was nothing I could do. There is only one space-time river, and I can't create a second one. No rush. I still have another matter to discuss with you. No. The enmity between the human race and the Ink clan is as deep as the sea, irreconcilable. There's nothing to discuss. Just take what you came for and leave quickly. The 2 races' battlefields are still the same as they were in the past. Now, there are 12 different battlefields, each one of which has a number of pseudo-royal lords guarding it, accompanied by formidable armies that are difficult to calculate. Even if you don't care about the life and death of your army, shouldn't you at least consider the lives of the pseudo-royal lords? What do you mean? Don't you know what I mean? Where is he? Or do I have to spell it out for you? Territory Gate. I don't know what you're talking about. You won't shed a tear until you see the coffin. Then let me take a guess. The day I left the no-return pass, you all forcefully broke the seal on the Territory Gate. You must have sent out a message immediately, telling the pseudo-royal lords who were fighting on the front lines to withdraw, right? Ah. It shouldn't be just the pseudo-royal lords, there should also be territory lords and many other feudal lords. After all, they were the ones you've painstakingly nurtured. It wouldn't be good if too many of them died. Counting the time, the batch closest to the no-return pass should be arriving in the spatial territory soon. Perhaps I can intercept them. You're right. Although I could take control of another battlefield, if the news spread, you would still make similar arrangements. Compared to now, I can at most kill a few more pseudo-royal lords, which doesn't have much significance. The current situation in the 3000 worlds is too chaotic. The armies from all over the world are splitting up and fighting. The Ink clan has bases in all the great territories. Don't you think it would be better to make the situation clearer? In this way, the human race won't have to divide their forces to deal with us. They can focus solely on the no-return pass. That's why you chose this method. This is indeed a great thing for the human race. The human race is fortunate to have you, Yang Kai. Don't think I'll show mercy just because you say so. Right now, the situation is in my hands. The pseudo-royal lords are evacuating from the various battlefields. I can seal this territory gate at any time and kill them. Even if you can forcefully break through the seal, it'll still take some time. Not to mention, I can seal more than one territory gate. While Yang Kai can easily seal the territory gate, breaking the seal for the Ink clan requires a lot of effort. The time and effort spent are completely different, and the time difference is enough to cause the Ink clan to lose a large number of pseudo-royal lords. What do you want? That's more like it. Then I'll be straightforward. As long as the Ink clan's new royal lord doesn't appear, the pseudo-royal lords are the most powerful force. Each one is indispensable, and losing any one of them means losing a crucial strength. How about this? I won't force you into a dead end. One pseudo-royal lord, 1,000,000 5th-rank resources. You can count how many pseudo-royal lords there are outside and then give me the corresponding amount of resources. Are you crazy? Even if it's 5th-rank resources, 1,000,000 pieces is still too much. Moreover, this is just the price for one pseudo-royal lord. The matter of supplies is nothing to the Ink clan, but the pseudo-royal lords are different. Think carefully. How many pseudo-royal lords are there fighting outside? There are at least 200 on the 12 battlefields. Doesn't that mean it would require nearly 20 million pieces of 5th rank resource? The matter of supplies is nothing to the Ink clan, but the pseudo-royal lords are different. Think carefully. That's too much. I cannot accept this offer. This is my only condition. I won't accept any bargaining. You have an incense stick's worth of time to discuss. If you don't agree, then there's no need for further discussion. I'll leave immediately to intercept and kill your pseudo-royal lords. I'm curious to see how many of them will return alive. Oh, the location will be the territory gate that connects the shattered heaven to the 3,000 worlds. That would be a good battlefield. How can the entire Ink clan be easily manipulated by one person? Sir, we'll fight him to the death. No, we can't do anything to Yang Kai. The territory gate is right behind him. If the Ink clan makes any abnormal movements, he can instantly escape into it. Moreover, if Yang Kai really acts as he said just now, there'll definitely be many pseudo-royal lords who will suffer. After the pseudo-royal lords retreat from the front lines, they'll have to pass through the territory gate from the shattered heaven. If Yang Kai waits there, they simply won't stand a chance to escape. On the other hand, if we want to rescue them, we need to cross the entire shattered heaven. Not to mention the time it would take to break through the sealed territory gates. By the time we get there, I'm afraid it'll be too late. We'll agree to your request. I really underestimated the Ink clan's wealth. They actually agreed to such a bold request. Is it too late to raise the price? Yang Kai. Don't push your luck. I was just kidding, don't be so anxious. Gathering resources will take some time. 3 days is too short. You're asking for a lot. Your supplies are all gathered here, so you only need to count them. 3 days should be more than enough. Of course, I don't mind if you want to stall for time, but, until I get the resources, if any of the pseudo-royal lords try to escape back, don't blame me for showing no mercy. Fine. 3 days it is. However, there aren't that many 5th rank materials, so we'll replace them with other materials. Of course, the quantity is guaranteed. Alright, but the minimum requirement is 4th rank. Don't bother bringing anything below that out just to make up the numbers. Deal. Why don't you two come and have a seat? I'm not very knowledgeable about tea ceremonies, and I haven't had time to study these trivial matters over the years. But the human race has many excellent teas, and it's also an art. The Ink clan invaded the 3,000 worlds, causing countless people to be displaced. Many of their skills have been lost because of this, so it's quite a pity. I prefer the taste of the human race's fine wine more. Tea seems a bit too mild for my liking. You're so picky. Don't drink if you don't like it. With the Ink clan, wherever you invade, that world will be destroyed. If you truly unify the heavens, you won't even have tea to drink. Ink is the only eternal existence in this world. People who walk different paths cannot get along together. The human race is the master of the heavens. While you're just a group of invaders acting like robbers breaking into someone else's home. When the world was first born, this world was controlled by the divine spirits. Following that were the monster race, and only later did it come to you human race. Races change, eras evolve. Now could there be a true master in this world? If the human race can, so can the Ink clan. You know quite a lot. In the 3 eras ruled by the divine spirits, the monster race, and the human race, the heavens were all fine. If the Ink clan were to truly succeed, what would it bring? Destruction and devastation. If one day all of the heavens died, would the Ink clan still be able to survive? What bullshit eternity. Since you know quite a lot, let me ask you, do you know how the divine spirits were born? You know. Of course I do. But I won't tell you. The Ink clan originated from Ink, and Ink's philosophy and thoughts are the root of your actions. Ink itself possesses strong power, but since it was sealed in the heavenly beginning great restriction years ago, it has been unable to break free. Trapped yet unwilling to be lonely. In the end, it's nothing but a frog in a well. The vastness of this world is beyond imagination. Now could you fathom the Supreme Master's power? What? Unhappy just because of a few words? Drinking my tea and still venting your anger at me? Who gave you the courage? Yang Kai, don't think that you're invincible just because you've reached the 9th rank. Mo Nai and I may not be your opponents, but how can you be an opponent to the Supreme Master's clone? Why should I? They have their own opponents. After 3 days, the supplies will be gathered and delivered to you. However, I also have a small request. Speak. You need to stay here and wait for all the pseudo-royal lords return to the no-return pass before leaving. No need for you to say. I had already planned to do so. I have to count the amount of supplies you delivered and the number of pseudo-royal lords that have returned, to see if they match up. If anything is missing, I won't show any mercy. Don't worry. I'm well aware of the number of pseudo-royal lords fighting outside, and the quantity of supplies will definitely not be lacking. That's for the best.